Hey guys, Fay-Wolfe of Diamond X Studios here, and welcome to the second half of my two-part video exploring the worst hit songs of 2024. If you haven't seen part 1, I highly suggest that you pause this video and go check that one out first. You can find the link in the description below. If you've already seen part 1, then thank you so much for returning. Let's get back into it.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
Before this song came out, I was in the car. I have like 6 core best friends, and we were all in the car, and we were on like a little road trip down to San Diego, and I played Beautiful Things because like sometimes I'll show them, you know, songs that haven't come out yet, and they'd listened to it a couple times, so they knew the chorus. Dude, I'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
Not all of us can sing. Not all of us.
Okay, yeah, you're going on the list twice.
So slow it down, take a moment now. We're too young to drown. Deep in dirty waters.
Yep, that's right, we got a twofer here. Get ready for some Benson Reboon, some Boon Again Christianity, the Lost White episode of the Boondocks, Boon Boon Pow by the Black Eyed Peas. Fun fact, did you know that Benson Boone stands call themselves the Booners? Wow, you managed to invent a word that sounds like boomer, gooner, and boner all at the same time. I am shaken to my core with Kafka-esque revulsion. And plus, if the comment section is to be believed, then Benson himself is all in on the Booners, even addressing the fans on his mailing list as the Booners as he shares behind-the-scenes pictures like these ones. Oh god, no! It's like it's booning right at me! Make it stop!
I get nervous, oh I'm anxious.
Look, for someone whose stomach drops with dread every time I hear the opening notes of Beautiful Things, I think I was pretty damn fair to it in part 1. My ears might reject Benson's yelping more than pretty much any other sound I've heard coming out of my radio in years, but I fully concede that if you can get past that, the song does quite a lot right. No joke, as I was writing this video, I was recommended a video about Beautiful Things titled Why the World's Biggest Song Right Now is Awesome, and it had 400,000 views. And while I don't agree with that, I can at least see why that many people would. I don't think 400,000 people are going to click on the video about how great this one is.
Let me pour you out, let me hold you now.
I fucking hate this kind of music. I don't even know what the term for it is, but you know the kind of thing I'm talking about. This kind of dinky, cloying, faux alternative irritant that gets played basically nowhere besides pop radio. You know, the kind of shit iHeartRadio plays to try and prove they have a cool hipster edge, but it just makes them look like 9-year-olds who think they're being high-minded and mature by reading the fun facts on Snapple bottles. I made a passing joke about AJR before, but I'm sorry, I should have saved it for here. This song straight up sounds like AJR trying and failing to be on their best behavior as they meet their girlfriend's parents for the first time.
We're talking on the staircase about your big dreams on the big screens.
You know, people have been shitting on the indie girl voice for years now. Can we please have an indie boy voice backlash already? This is like if the dude from Styx thought he was in Queen. No, scratch that. It's like the dude from Simple Plan thought he was in Styx.
Oh, now you're crying, you're in pieces, cause the only love you've ever known is Jesus.
Just listen to how this is produced. His voice is just there, plopped down naked into the mix, booning directly into your ears, nothing supporting it whatsoever. I mean, say what you will about Benson's mentors, Imagine Dragons, but at least their throat-shredding over-singing is backed up by music that sounds as big as the vocals are. What the hell happened here? There is just no focus to this, no craftsmanship. It's like he dumped a bunch of ketchup and mayo on a bargain bin steak from Walmart and then put a fun little garnish on top of it. Like, even if the meat was high quality, you are this clueless about how to craft a well-prepared meal? Literally every single defense I can think of for Beautiful Things does not work here. How on earth did this manage to catch on? Is it the lyrics? What are the lyrics?
Out of Georgia now, you're lonely in this city, lying with me, and you're scared it's moving quickly.
Okay, so he's talking to a girl who feels like her life is moving too fast. She's worried about burning out young, and he wants to help her take a deep breath and just live in the moment for a bit. I mean, I've heard worse, on paper at least. There are definitely a few questionable bits in there.
Only girl that's never let me is my mother. And I thank God every day for the girl he sent my way. She'll come and stay the night, and I think I might have it all.
Hey, you ever accidentally boon to young pictures of your mom?
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
But I'm in my head right now.
Okay, but yeah, jokes aside, there's nothing too egregious here. It's just a song about realizing there's more to life than the constant grind. Nothing wrong with that. Funny thing about that, though, There's kind of this other song that you might have heard of that has a vaguely similar topic. What was it called again? Oh yeah, that's right, fucking Vienna by Billy Joel. You know, one of the most beloved ballads of the 20th century, which Gen Z has fully adopted as a generation-defining anthem.
Slow down, you crazy child, and take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while.
So tell me, kids, what would you rather listen to when the rat race has got you worn down? One of the most timeless balladeers who ever lived, giving perfectly chosen words of sage wisdom, accented by relaxing pianos and dreamy accordions? Or Mormon Jack Harlow screaming, "It's boonin' time," and booning all over you?
And you're crying, I'm trying.
Wow, I can just feel the anxiety melting away. Thanks for taking the edge off, man.
In your head.
I'm just at a loss here, man. I don't understand how this kid got this way. Did I mention that Benson Boone auditioned for American Idol? Did I mention that he sounded really fucking good?
Hey, I guess my heart never learns. No use in fighting your words.
Yeah, listen to how focused and controlled he can be when he wants to. Who is responsible for breaking this kid's brain?
You're still in diapers. You're a toddler when it comes to this world. Just start having fun with your voice, because it's a true gift, man.
Oh, of course this fucking guy gets... Can you please just do me a favor and just remind me what your idea of fun looks like, Luke Bryan?
I sucker punched my best friend, and the bouncer headlocked me on stage with the band.
Yeah. This is the guy who told this kid he needed to cut loose and go wild. So, yeah, the hottest new white boy of pop music learned technique from the guy who sang Believer, and restraint from the guy who wrote Country Girl Shake It For Me and Do Me in a Field. Yeah, could I please get a refund on this timeline? I'm pretty sure it's defective.
I'll help you slow it down.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
On last year's worst list, I collectively spent more than 20 minutes tearing apart Try That in a Small Town by Jason Aldean and Rich Men North of Richmond by Oliver Anthony. Two right-wing country songs that hit #1 off of massive promotion from Fox News and right-wing Twitter, or as we now call it, Twitter.
Try that in a small town.
I had an enormous amount to say about those two songs. I left no stone unturned when tearing them apart, and I want to be perfectly clear that I have no intention of doing anything like that again anytime soon. Last year was an exception. The rise of those two songs back-to-back fascinated and horrified me, and I wanted to put the full weight of my analytical abilities behind discussing them. I'm very proud of the work I did on them. I'd say my segment on Richmond in particular is one of my favorites I've ever written, but at the same time, I know that no one is clicking on pop music analysis videos for an intense deep dive on how crumbling capitalist infrastructure pushes vulnerable people towards radicalized fear-mongering. They want to see me point and laugh at the silly goose boy with the tornado siren voice. I had quite a few comments that all had various critical things to say about last year's videos, but the message ultimately boiled down to this. Man, Sean, I wish you didn't have to be so damn political all the time. And to that, I only have one response.
Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Yeah, dude. Me fucking too. Look, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like it or not, I take popular music very seriously as both an art form and a cultural study. If this dour, problematic shit is what the American public decides to keep serving me, then I'm sorry, but I'm gonna return that serve with as much force as I can muster. And yeah, Kanye West getting his first #1 hit in nearly 2 decades after all the shit he's said and done is something that I intend to return to sender. Hard.
Go, 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 go. Head so good, she honorable. She ride a dick like a carnival.
So yeah, in case you weren't paying attention, this song, Carnival, did in fact hit #1 on the Hot 100. And with that, I think it's officially time for Mark Twain to step aside, because Kanye hit #1 in 2024 is far more compelling and tragic than For Sale Baby Shoes Never Worn ever was. Let's start with the standard disclaimer. A song being made by a bad person does not automatically make the song bad, but it can and often does make a bad song worse. Longtime viewers will know that I have put terrible people on my my best lists on multiple different occasions, so no, I'm not going to tolerate anyone who thinks my hatred of this song starts and ends at moralizing. The fact that a man who said and done what Kanye has got to number one wouldn't get the song anything more than a dishonorable mention if the song wasn't bad on its own merits. So let me make it crystal clear that even if you completely removed Kanye West from this song, it would still be bottom of the barrel sludge. I'll admit this song was probably novel to a lot of people. Despite its shittiness, it does work as Baby's first Rage song, but if that's the case, it's about damn time for Baby to grow up. If you didn't know, Playboi Carti literally pioneered an entire genre of music that sounds exactly like this. Just look up an Opium Records playlist on YouTube and you'll find hundreds of songs with this exact same vibe and aesthetic, none of which are burdened down by four artists covered in flop sweat as they each blurt out their own unique flavor of cringe between a chorus of caveman grunt misogynistic swill, which, fun fact, was chanted by an out and proud fascist football sect. Rich the Kid gives us a wave of Thugger Light backwash, only notable for making one of several Columbine jokes on this album. Ty's verse might as well not even exist, and the number of people saying that Carti's verse was a highlight just demonstrated to me how many people have literally never listened to a single Carti song before this, because this is the most mumbly, awkward, unimpressive verse the man has ever dropped. And then, of course, there's the verse where a Nazi makes fun of the Me Too movement and brags about how much he loves being compared to pedos, sex traffickers, and woman beaters. Those of you who haven't heard this song probably think I'm exaggerating, don't you?
Anybody pissed off? Gotta make a drink the urine. Now I'm Ye Kelly, bitch. Now I'm Bill Cosby, bitch. Now I'm Puff Daddy Rich. That's me to me, rich.
You know, there are a lot of people out there who say that Kanye is such a generational talent that all this shit is worth putting up with.
I'm the new Jesus, bitch. I turn water to Chris.
I mean, that's the line, right? Like, even people who hate the guy have to concede that he's good at what he does, right?
You can't take a joke and your politics are backwards. Good grief. At least Kanye's a good rapper.
Yes, thank you again, animated rap battle that's way better than it has any right to be. That is exactly where a lot of people are at these days. Sure, he's a problematic moron, but I mean, come on, how can you not listen to his stuff? Kanye West is just such a good rapper.
That's me to me, rich. First she said my dick. Then she said she ain't said my dick. She gon' take it up the ass like a ventriloquist.
The Emperor's ballsack has shriveled to the size of a goddamn raisin. He's been walking around without clothes for so long now.
You ride a dick like a carnival. I done did the impossible.
Kanye West is in his I'm Bill Cosby and I'm Proud era, and y'all just gave him a #1 hit based around that thesis statement. You want to listen to this shit? Go ahead, enjoy it. I'm not going to stop you. Just know that you don't get to be upset when millions of people, including me, say that you're a weak-minded cuck who cares more about staying in your comfort zone than literally anything else. All this man cares about is getting as many eyes on him as possible, no matter who he hurts on the way. And if you willingly and enthusiastically give him your eyes, you will be judged. Because I don't care what he was, Kanye West is no musical genius. He's a 47-year-old man who decided that it would be fun and profitable to become the next 6ix9ine, an abusive, hateful monster making substanceless aggro garbage who sheltered teenage edgelords flock to for the thrill of listening to a shitbag being unapologetic human garbage both on record and in real life. And to those of you who are saying, it's just music, bro, it's not that deep, you're right. It's not deep at all. It is shallow as a mud puddle. So stop splashing around in the mud like a bratty child and go take your bath.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
Okay, so before we go on, let me take a brief moment to explain why that Kanye song is only at #4. I will fully concede that with the possible exception of my #1, no other song on this list has a worse singular moment than that Kanye verse. When all is said and done though, that is ultimately just one small part of what is otherwise a pretty mid-level shitty song, which is the reason I put it below these top 3, all of which are unbearable from start to end. And on that note, I obviously don't think that this next song is the worst hit of the year. I did put 2 other songs above it, but if you were to ask me which song was the biggest mistake of 2024, this one would be pretty damn hard to beat.
I got a thing for the wild ones. I got a thing for the wild ones. It's like I got a thing for the wild ones.
Okay, this little cherub of the Hot Topic clearance bin goes by the name of Jessie Murph. She's a child of musician parents who's seen moderate TikTok success over the past few years, and from what I can tell, she seems to be about one parallel universe removed from replacing the ABCDEFU girl as the poster child of TikTok industry plant accusations. She's had a couple songs scrape the bottom of the charts, mostly shitty sad girl dreck we've had way too much of for years now. I've listened to all her singles, and if I had to describe her general vibe, it would be girl who thought long acrylic nails were ratchet until she saw other white girls doing it. And if I had to describe her singing voice and musical style, it would be Dance Monkey if it refused to dance. Oh, and she also raps.
Marbles at the window, middle finger to the sky. Say you wanna get dangerous, now you speaking my language.
Now, I know what you're thinking right now. Wow, this tiny white girl rapping with a Lil Durk flow over a barely existent country trap beat about what a badass she is for smoking cigarettes is making me want to die on the inside. But what you have to understand is that it's okay, because apparently one of the biggest rappers in the world actually sent her a DM and offered her his full endorsement and even offered to mentor her. You see, she's not just a vapid culture vulture, she's got a stamp of approval from one of the biggest names in hip-hop, and I don't have to tell you his name because you all know exactly where this is going.
He's also been one of the biggest inspirations for me
Drake
as well. Yeah.
You know, when he followed you on Instagram, you know you took a screenshot in 2 seconds.
I did.
You know, I'm just gonna assume that she and Drake were chatting about how cool it would be if they could get an N-word pass, because I really don't want to think about the other potential reasons why Drake could be sliding into yet another teenage girl's DMs months after Not Like Us dropped.
I forgot what your name is, so I'ma call you mine. I'ma call you mine.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we've kind of crossed a threshold here where words are no longer necessary. This is a badly written country trap song with some of the weakest, most incomplete production I've ever heard performed by a girl who idolizes Drake and has a voice like Bebe Rexha if she were a BoJack Horseman character. That description I just gave is a pretty self-affirming statement of shittiness. Oh, and on the subject of self-affirming shittiness,
I'm attracted to things that are really crazy. Asking me how I've been feeling lately. Coming for mine, then this would die.
okay, genuine question for the executives at Columbia. Are you all just so fucking rich that you can afford to charter a private jet to fly you directly over the uncanny valley? Are you genuinely not capable of sensing how fundamentally incorrect it is to put these two people together?
A whole lot of problems living in Gotham, and Bun is my Harley Quinn.
Mr. Roll, you are 40 years old. Jessie recorded this when she was 19. She is a microscopic little twig of a girl, and your stage name is fucking Jelly Roll. You got this Tinkerbell Smurfette motherfucker over here singing about this bad boy she loves so much, and then it's, hey everybody, it's me! I'm the badass ne'er-do-well this girl a quarter my size and half my age has always fantasized about. Yup!
I got a thing for the wild.
We'll go into more detail about this in the Dishonorable Mentions, but if Jelly Roll's 2024 output proves anything, it's that there is clearly nothing in the world that he hates more than saying no to people. It's nice that you're excited to be there, and there's nothing wrong with using your newfound star power to uplift new talents, but there's a fucking limit, man. If I were a 40-year-old married man and my producers hit me up saying, dude, you're gonna do a song with a 19-year-old about how much she loves bad boys, I would say, no the fuck I am not. You are finding someone else to do that. This is just a horribly unpleasant pairing to even think about, not the least of which because Jelly Roll is already happily married to a woman who I am just now learning loves threesomes. Oh my god, why did Eve ever eat that apple and give the human race the ability to learn things?
Was raised in the darkness, forgive me, I'm God.
Yeah, we get it, dude. You don't want people to know about the white supremacists you used to make music with. What's your fucking point?
Coming for mine, then this would die. I won't let it slide, I'm still in bases.
Please do not make me think about the bases your 40-year-old ass is stealing off this girl who is too young to legally drink.
Always smoking something, he ain't worried about nothing, 'cause he ain't got nothing to lose.
Look, like I said, this isn't the worst song of the year, but it is the most incorrect song of the year. Every other song on this list, including the two I put above it, come from some mix of misguided focus and bad execution, while this one was dead in the water from the moment of conception. All the other songs score between a 1 and 0 out of 10, this one gets a not good. Every other student in the class failed the test, this one cut school to go smoke skunk weed with her skeevy gym teacher. Let me be perfectly clear that this is obviously all performance art. I clearly don't know either of the two of them in real life, and aside from one of them being one Kevin Bacon degree removed from Tom McDonald, I'm sure both Miss Murph and Mr. Roll are decent, upstanding human beings in real life. With that said, they did force me to think about this girl getting spread wide open so this man can roll his jelly on her, so yeah, I hope that both of their pillows are warm on both sides for the rest of their lives. And before we close out, I would be doing all of you a disservice if I did not tell you that this song's music video has the single funniest thumbnail I've ever seen in my entire life, and here it is.
I got a thing for the wild one. Got a thing for the wild one.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
You know, overall, 2024 has been one of the greatest years for women in the history of popular music. Some women chose to take that personally.
Yeah.
Fuck this club up. Fuck this club up. Fuck this club up. Fuck this club up.
Hey, remember the beginning of the year when Megan Thee Stallion suggested she wasn't really a big fan of child predators, and Nicki Minaj got absolutely furious and said, "How dare you insult everything I and my loved ones stand for," and released a rambling 5-minute diss track she threw together in a couple days about how Megan was a fat, disgusting slut with no talent who slept her way to the top, that Megan's dead mother was ashamed to have a daughter like her, and that Megan getting shot and nearly killed by her boyfriend was fucking hysterical and the bitch totally had it coming? I remember that. Good times. Still not clear on why exactly it sounded better than the single.
I tell them that I'm the sleaze, they telling me, okay, prove it.
2024 was the year that millennials officially became the old men, women, and rabbits of pop music. With the exception of Taylor Swift, none of the pop stars people my age grew up with are leading the zeitgeist of mainstream music anymore. And while some of them are still having big hits, it's in the same way that Smokey Robinson and Kenny Rogers and the Rolling Stones were some of the biggest hitmakers of the early 80s. They're still having hits because cranky 30-somethings who missed the way music was when they were teens is still a very profitable demographic. And so, taking that as a given, you'd think Nicki Minaj would be set for life right about now, right?
How many of them could've did it with finesse?
I mean, isn't Nicki the undisputed queen mother of modern hip-hop? She was the only woman in mainstream rap for like 10 years. If anyone is set to rest on her laurels and eat the fruits of her legacy, it should be her, right? Yeah, well, when it comes to Nicki eating these days, the only queen that comes to mind is the one who said let them eat cake. Because it seems like most of the world is ready to send Nicki's career to the chopping block. And much like Marie Antoinette, Nicki has only herself to blame. If Drake has become Elon Musk the cringy fraudulent meme lord, then Nicki has become Elon the hateful bitch weasel. Someone who chooses not to be happy with her infinite wellspring of money and success and instead stay glued to her phone, picking petty fights and snickering like a middle schooler as she sends her army of sycophants to harass her enemies. And so I guess it's only fitting that her one proper solo hit of 2024 gets a big fat X.
Who wanna play with Nicki?
Okay, so to get the most obvious point out of the way first, it would seem that Super Freaky Girl was not a one-off. Nicki is going all in on this old-school P. Diddy-style lazy sampling. Don't worry, Nicki's honored by the comparison, I'm sure. But yes, much like Paris Hilton gracefully giving her NFTs to everyone in Jimmy Fallon's audience, Nicki shows us that she's up to date on all the cool slop the kids are into these days, and she is proud of herself for it. I mean, you can just hear the raw creative vision she wants to put into the world with this album, on songs like Heart of Ass.
Tried to play me, but I should've done them first.
Girls Just Wanna Sell Out.
What you gonna do with your life?
Can't Wait to Leave You.
Only on them seas if it's breeze. Red ruby the sleeves, Chinese on my sleeve. These wanna be Chun-Lees.
Notorious Swill Peddlers.
Barbie dangerous. We bitches don't endanger us. You are over, you ain't in range of us. Cause I 1111 angel numbers.
And of course, my personal favorite, When the Party Got Brutally Murdered.
You never got to meet Papa. He sweet proper. He keep mama.
Need I remind you, these songs are all from an album called Pink Friday 2. This is Nicki trying to secure her legacy, to define what her career has amounted to with this album. And based on what she put in it, it would appear that what her career has amounted to is a bunch of half-baked mean girl bitchiness slapped with pink glitter glue over work done by much better artists. Even out of all these atrocious samples though, Fuck This Club Up is the worst on the album, and one of the worst I've ever heard. That's a sample from an old Waka Flocka Flame song, where she's completely removed the beat and just slapped him a cappella over an elephant-ass 808 with nothing else supporting it.
Fuck this club up. Fuck this club up. Fuck this club up.
Okay, to give credit where it's due, I can at least see the vision here. I mean, come on, obviously Waka's a hip-hop legend. He doesn't need some gimmicky beat behind him just to keep the audience engaged. Ain't that right, Waka?
My intentions was to have this style of beats. I ain't care about my music. I just want people to get the sound and the feeling. Cause I told people, I said, shit, I can't rap.
You know, I kind of feel like that hunter from The Most Dangerous Game who got disappointed when the man he was hunting for sport jumped off a cliff. Like, can't you at least try to make this a challenge for me?
Fuck this club up.
Yeah. High heels on my tippies. Dough, say and Gabbana, that's on my titties. Cop me vitamins when I write the dicky. I still got the juice, bitch, by a sippy.
Just for the sake of comparison, let me play you another female rap song that came out about a year before this one did. It's actually a collaboration between a few different female rappers, and it's called Fuck the Club Up by Lotto, Glorilla, and Gangsta Boo.
Fuck the club up. Fuck the club club up. I might stand up on your shit and fuck a dub up.
Yeah, came out a year before Nicki's. Title stylized the same way and everything.
Bugging like they want some smoke, but they ain't deep enough. They weak and fuck.
So yeah, Nicki, it is real fucking interesting that you decided to take the exact same concept and name from a collaboration where two women who came up after you and one who came up before you are all having fun and supporting each other, and then you use it to say shit like this.
Bitch, we ain't twinning, ain't fraternal or identical. When I'm around, bitch, you know you become invisible.
I honestly don't understand how anyone can listen to Nicki these days, and not even because of the shitty aesthetics, but because why would anyone choose to ingest so much pointless bile?
My videos, they gon' view it. Spotify ain't gotta lie, they really streaming my music.
Bitching and whining about how you think Cardi B is faking her like, who is this supposed to be for? And this is most of the song. Just a non-stop torrent of Nicki being a catty, immature bitch who can't wait to pierce her heels through the skulls of as many other female rappers as she needs to if it means she gets more attention for herself. Y'all realize that there were, in fact, a lot of women in hip-hop before Nicki turned up, right? Missy, Eve, Kim, MIA, Remy Ma, Charlie Baltimore, Gangsta Boo, just to name a handful. I'm well aware that it was largely systemic reasons that caused female rappers to fade away in the late 2000s, but the problem certainly wasn't helped by Nicki breaking through the glass ceiling and then using those glass shards to slit the throats of any women trying to follow her upward. And I know that some of you are about to say that, oh, isn't that just part of hip-hop? Isn't boasting, dissing, sparring, and putting down rivals just par for the course? Why is it worse when Nicki does it? Well, to answer that question, let's take a look at Yeah Glow, another big female rap hit from this year and one which earned Glorilla my Most Improved of 2024 award.
Yeah, Glow, stomp a little pussy hoe with some shell toes. Yeah, Glow, slapping rap bitches and making bail hoe.
Not only do we once again have a far more engaging and dynamic flow, but when Glorilla talks about smacking up some bitches who wronged her, she's doing it in a fuck yeah, I'm the best, come ride my wave with me kind of way. It's fun, it's badass, it's the kind of energy you want to latch yourself onto. Glorilla is going, fuck yeah, I'm winning the marathon. She's not getting pissy that she's not the only one in the race. I mean, take this line,
young, wealthy, and ratchet, I'm the hood bitch's motivation.
and then compare it to this.
Stay in your Tory lane, bitch, I'm not Iggy.
I said it once, and I'll say it again. Be sexist better, you fucking boomer. Okay, full disclosure, I completely forgot to record a transition into the dishonorable mentions, so I'm just gonna be real and beg you to give this video a like so that the algorithm doesn't completely bury this video about 2024 released in the last month of 2025. Thank you, I love you, and let's go shoot some barrelfish.
I know that we got some shit to address. I even hate when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy. Ain't even gotta be deep, I guess.
We're brave to say team, we're in army green. Truth is in the words in red we read.
This one probably deserves to be on the list, objectively, but no, I'm not putting myself or you guys through that shit again. Yeah, the fact that the plague is still spreading is not fantastic, but I don't know, after ranting for so long last year about a #1 hit where a dude is having wet dreams about gunning down protesters in the street, I just find it really hard to muster up that much energy for a mid-level radio hit about how the actual rebellious badasses are the ones who reclaim the word proud from the gays and follow all their dear leaders without question.
We stand for the flag, and if you don't like it, we don't care.
Yeah, sorry, not now, Uncle Riley. We're trying to enjoy Thanksgiving dinner here. Also, Luke Combs, what are you doing here? Cut that shit out.
A nigga telling now.
Oh, yeah, I neglected to mention this one earlier.
Bag on my. Nah, nigga, you ain't fucked the new.
I bet a lot of you would shoot this directly to #1 on the worst list without question, and I do not blame you for that.
Long live cowgirls, never gonna settle on down, girl.
2024 is going to be the first time in like 5 years that Morgan Wallen is not on the worst list. It's not because he's getting better.
I hate that I love the way them kisses taste like whiskey.
Oh, really? You like whiskey, bro? Oh, well, I had no idea. You never fucking bring that up.
I just wanna love somebody.
Oh, fuck me. This is going to be #1 for like 2 months after Christmas, isn't it?
Wanna find something stronger than whiskey.
Oh, well, why's that, bro? What's wrong with that? Are you feeling a little bit desensitized? You feeling a little bit desensitized to whiskey, bro? Well, that's absolutely fucking baffling. I wonder what possibly could have caused that to fucking happen.
Whiskey, won't you go away?
Oh, you want the whiskey to go away? Why? What happened? Did you have a little bit too much of it, bro? Oh, well, how could that have happened? Did you drink a little bit too much of it, bro? Oh, God, well, who could have seen that coming?
I don't wanna wonder where she been. Where she at?
Also, my god, you're still doing this shit? Dude, you got away with it. You don't need to be working with Moneybag fucking Yo! And Jason Aldean ain't the only one spreading a plague. The Morgan Wallen wannabes arrived in full force in 2024. You can tell by the fact that he's turning wine into whiskey. Also, why do you sound like that? Why are you singing like you're trying to force your tongue through your nose, bro? And why are you mixed like a vacuum cleaner? Stop that. Okay, here we go. Jelly Roll Lightning Round. I'm a lost cause. This is not I Can Change Him music, it's You Can Change Me music, and that is so much fucking worse. Guys, I am about to say the sentence, we owe Uncle Cracker an apology unless someone stops me. Lonely road, take me home. Dude, you're famous now. You don't have to say yes to motherfucking Machine Gun Kelly. I'm doing my best to get it together. Dude, you're famous now. You don't have to say yes to the serial abuser who made My Life is Like a Video Game and then sued Fantano for being mean to him. Thought you never disappear, I was wrong. Dude, you're famous now. You don't have to say yes to your fucking air conditioner. My mental builds up these toxins where the ending is an option. Dude, actually, wait a sec. That song Jelly Roll made with the White Nationalist wasn't from this year. How'd that get in here?
Yeah.
Mr. Benson Boone, or as I like to call him, Gavin DeGraw from the Bad Timeline, had 2 songs appearing on the proper worst list, and if this one had charted just a little bit higher, he would have had 3.
I really hate the way you think that you can get away by blaming all your stupid problems on your mental state.
So, I'm not going to say that it's impossible to write a story about somebody using their mental health problems as an excuse to behave badly that isn't, ridiculously fucking insulting. But if you do decide to walk this path, then just as a heads up, I'm probably not going to respond to you if you decide to paint yourself as the biggest prick on the planet.
Go ahead and ruin someone else's life.
Or, I don't know, when your response is to scream at that person like the bully from A Christmas Story.
Cry, baby, cry for me. Come on, cry.
Seriously, dude? Go boon yourself.
Go ahead and ruin someone else's.
The top 10 worst hit songs of 2024. What does that mean exactly? I didn't really talk about this at the start of the video, so let me just take a moment now to explain to those of you who don't know what I qualify as a quote-unquote hit song. You see, in order for a song to be eligible for my main countdown, it has to make one of 3 requirements. It has to either A, make Billboard's list of the 100 biggest songs of the year, B, make the year-end top 100 of the V30 chart, which is a ranking designed by my friend Lydia which covers most of Billboard's blind spots, or C, hit the top 20 of the national radio airplay charts. These 3 metrics combined give me a pretty conclusive map of all of the popular garbage of a given year, whether that be garbage people actively chose to consume, or garbage the music industry artificially tried to force down the gullets of people who did not want it. Anybody who's been following my channel for a while knows that I am extremely strict about these rules, and I simply do not allow songs onto the main list if they don't fit one of those 3 requirements. There have been exactly 2 times in the past 8 years where I have bent those rules of eligibility, both for songs in special circumstances which were very close to being eligible by the proper rules. Besides those 2 times, my rules have been absolutely ironclad. And so, naturally, I've had people ask the question to me, what would it take for me to properly break those rules? What if there was a circumstance where a terrible song was so foundationally important to a year's pop culture that it would be blasphemous to not include it on the main list, even if it wasn't a big hit on Billboard? I mean, would that be grounds to break the rules? And even if it was, how far am I willing to go exactly? Would the song have to at least hit the top 40? What if it only barely scraped onto the Hot 100 at all? Hell, you know what? Let's go all the way with it. What kind of malicious depravity would I have to be dealing with to not only break 8 years of tradition, but to do it for a song that didn't even touch the Billboard Hot 100 at all? In response to getting smoked by a rival in the highest profile feud in the history of hip-hop, the biggest rapper of his generation writes fanfiction about said rival getting molested as a child, and proceeds to mercilessly mock him over the molestation that he made up. How's that?
Just let me see you prove it.
All right.
You thought I forgot about this pin, didn't you? No. I'm never going to forget.
I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration. You waited for this moment, overcome with the desperation.
The Heart Part 6 by Drake did not chart on the Hot 100 or the V30. You all know why that is, and you also know why it doesn't matter. The fact is that any track from the Kendrick-Drake feud would have been eligible for this list regardless of my rules, because the feud itself already broke all the rules. That entire event, from start to end, was not just the defining music event of 2024, it was the defining pop culture event of 2024, and one of the most important cultural touchstones of our generation. Drake started the year fresh off an album that tied him with Michael Jackson for the most #1 hits any man has ever gotten. You could frequently hear the phrase "shake that ass for Drake" in public throughout the winter, and by the time that summer was over, Drake had been murdered, leaving nothing but a sad, washed-up child star named Aubrey where Drake had once stood. The name Drake had mutated from a commercial cheat code into an anchor around the neck of any new song that carried it, and the song of the summer was a club jam about what a piece of shit he was that the entire world was singing along to. Following the path of Michael Jackson had always been Drake's greatest ambition, and in 2024, that is exactly what happened. Let's take a look at how he handled it.
Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
So here we go, Drake. Kendrick Lamar just accused you of being a sex trafficking pedophile who neglects his own kids, abuses drugs, and whose entire career is predicated on being a fraudulent culture vampire who exploits the hard work of black populations in the exact same way that white colonizers have done for the past half a millennium. That is a hell of a lot to tackle, but so what? You're the biggest rapper of your generation, and you clearly didn't get on top for no reason. So go on, Drake. Puff out that chest, target that jugular, and hit Kendrick with the most devastating blow you can. What have you got?
This Epstein angle was the shit I expected.
What?
We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information.
What?
If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly there's bit on the speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication.
The Heart Part 6 is a musical statement whose sheer idiocy is matched only by its gleeful cruelty. I'll get to the main thing with this song in just a minute, but first let me just rapid fire through the rest of this shit, okay?
You waited for this moment, overcome with the desperation. We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information.
Oh, well, how could I have been so fucking stupid? Of course, you chose to tell Kendrick that you neglected your kids, lied about being on Ozempic, and kept date rape drugs in your house. You specifically fed him all that, so when he showed millions of people that he had receipts showing what a deadbeat creep you are, you could confidently stand up and say, "Lol, no I'm not." Fucking masterful gambit, sir.
You so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient.
Oh, fuck it. Motherfucker, you know as well as I do that Kendrick took his sweet-ass time to create 4 diss tracks that he dropped at the perfect moments to counter every single move you made, while you locked your ghostwriters in the dungeon and forced them to churn out this shit in a day. When it comes to patience and strategy, you are a toddler who thinks his mom disappears when she plays peekaboo with him, and Kendrick is fucking Sun Tzu.
Why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations?
Yeah, Kendrick's wife didn't deny your accusations that he abused her because everyone knows you pulled that claim out of your ass.
Why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale? Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pics of the child.
Oh my god, grow up, you terminally online freak. I am so fucking embarrassed for Kendrick right now. He's putting in all this effort to destroy every ounce of credibility you've ever had, and you're going mean girl gossip mode over Instagram follower lists and reading people's emojis like they're fucking tea leaves? I mean, forget Kendrick. At this point, the high schoolers you're accused of grooming are more mature than you are. Oh, and on that subject,
only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I'd never look twice at no teenager.
There is myriad video evidence that proves otherwise. Your first hit had a music video set in a girl's high school locker room, and your biggest hit has this line in it. Thou jabroni doth protest too much, methinks.
If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's...
You know what, Drake? maybe you should actually keep taking that Ozempic, because I'll be honest with you, bro, you're looking a little bit puffy right now.
You mentioned an A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp.
Look, I could continue, and I am tempted. It is very fun to beat the shit out of a piñata that just won't stop spewing candy, but I do think I've made my point. And on that note, I think it's time. Let's take a look at the reason this song convinced me to break my rules for it. And fair warning for everybody, this is the part of the segment where things stop being fun. Drake does spend a good 2/3 of this song sparring like a 6-year-old white belt who's convinced he could beat the sensei, but he was never going to stop there. Every song the two of them had traded in the feud thus far had upped the stakes, and Drake knew that he had to do it again. So, tell me, Drake, what is your final ace up your sleeve?
My mom came over today and I was like, mother, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Ah, fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected. That's why these pedophile raps and shit you so obsessed with is so excessive.
And there you have it. Drake looked at the song where Kendrick's mom was worried that he might get molested as a kid, misread it as saying that Kendrick actually did get molested as a kid. He then says that Kendrick being molested as a kid is the only reason Kendrick is so adamant about calling out Drake for preying on teenage girls, all while he's taunting Kendrick and saying that he deserved it.
Not sure how to ease the sentiment, the shit's too intimate. I'm praying you recover from both incidents, but you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence.
So yeah, Drake wrote fanfiction about Kendrick getting molested and mocked him over it. And now, for legal reasons, I'd like to clarify that I'm making a non-accusatory general statement when I say, wow, that sure sounds like something a child molester would do, Drake.
But this really got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting.
Like, nah, y'all don't understand. This song is actually in serious contention for the worst song I've ever heard in my life. It's unquestionably the worst song I've ever put on top of one of these lists. 1-800 by Logic is still my personal least favorite song of all time, but I will concede that that song did in fact help a lot of people. And what else is there? Gummo by 6ix9ine? Only Women Bleed by Alice Cooper? That other fucking Drake song from last year? Fuck, at least try that in a small town as a dude proudly and confidently spewing out his hateful beliefs. The Heart Part 6 is a cowardly, weaselly little piece of phlegm that this worthless little worm tried to hawk up, but was too chicken shit to go through with it, so he just swallowed it back. The only other song I can think of that demonstrates cruelty, stupidity, and artistic bankruptcy in this equal measure is, oh, look at that, Bigfoot by Nicki Minaj. I was actually initially considering putting Bigfoot tied with this one at the #1 spot, but at this point, I think Nicki's demonstrated that calling her a predator-loving fraud who's added nothing of artistic value to the world in the past half a decade will not hurt her nearly as much as pointing out how embarrassing it is that every new song she puts out gets 1 week of hype before immediately bricking. So yeah, sorry Nicki, you don't get to be #1 on the list because you're too big a flop for that. Go home and cry about it. And while you're there, please do me a favor and put Lil Wayne on the phone, because it is clearly time for that man to step up and start acting like a goddamn parent.
You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator and you weren't fucking lying to every blogger and editor, but...
I compared Drake to Michael Jackson a few times at the start of this piece, but here's the thing though. Michael was never going to stay down forever. Even after he became a walking punchline, Michael Jackson proved to the world over and over again that he was still the same artist who had revolutionized the art of pop music. And by the time he died, his legacy had been secured forever. Drake didn't do that. Drake couldn't do that. Because Drake is not Michael Jackson. Michael was invincible. Drake is a scorpion, and you know the way that scorpions operate. It doesn't matter if the scorpion stinging the frog will result in his own death, of course he's still gonna do it, because it's simply in his nature. This feud, and indeed Drake's career, was never going to end in any other way, because proving that every terrible thing Kendrick ever said about him is true is literally the only thing that Drake has ever known how to do. The Heart Part 6 by Drake, the worst hit song of 2024.
Just let me know when we're getting to the facts. Everything in my shit is facts. I'm waiting on you to return the favor, like...